I meant to shave today, so as you can see, I didn't. But don't you think that makes me a scruffy-looking nerf herder? All right, see you in a minute. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. Welcome to Famicom Dojo Live, where this week we're going to play Super Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back for Super NES. Sounds very super. I hope that's the case. We'll find out. I haven't played any of these games before. And I say games because there are multiple of them. Apparently, LucasArts made an entire trilogy based on the original film trilogy in the 90s. I mean, you know, the film trilogy was 70s and 80s, of course, but I'm talking about these games because the Super Nintendo came out in the 90s. So I originally had played, actually, this Star Wars game for Famicom, which is mostly about A New Hope, but also has a few smidgens of Empire Strikes Back, and they're mostly Hoth, I think, because Hoth is really like popular, right? So why would you not include Hoth? So you go to Hoth. I don't remember who's there. There's like a character you have to rescue. So it's not supposed to be like the events of Hoth from Empire. You're just on Hoth because it's a planet that exists in the galaxy. That's kind of neat, right? That's some Mandalorian type stuff right there, isn't it? All right. So I have not played this before. It is a LucasArts game, and from what I saw of the action, which is why I bought it more or less sight unseen, I am really hoping that it's a lot like this game. So we'll find out together, shall we? Pop this bad boy into the Retron 5. Excuse me. Whistles and words. We'll get back to you at a future date. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm hoping that it's going to load. Yep, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Yep, I'm still here. So, we like to say here in the dojo that it ain't live if it ain't broke, because we're better taped. I'm about 15 minutes late to starting the stream, so we're going to be running 15 minutes shorter today. But Retro Gaming 1981, hello. Jody, hello. There's other people here, but they haven't said anything yet, so we'll see ya. I see you, sort of. I see your number anyway. No beer tonight. We're gonna have a caffeine-free Pepsi because I got a playing gig tomorrow with the country band. Trying to learn a bunch of country songs. We'll see how that goes. I bought myself a stand that I can stick my violin or mandolin on when I'm playing one or the other. So we'll see how that goes. No cart inserted. Well, this is going to be a short stream, guys. Okay, where did I put Star Wars? There's more that I purchased when I was out, and I literally put it all away. If you saw the shorts video that I did to promote this, then you'll be aware of what those things are. But I did not. I thought to myself, I don't need that again. And then I put them in a bag, and that bag is, oh, I think it's right there. Not accessible and not currently within reach. Oh, well, oh, there we go. Oh, that's real dirty. I don't know why it didn't do that. So I've been told recently that using the Q-tip is actually bad. Okay. Because of all like the fibers and stuff, and that could cause worse corrosion or whatever. I don't know. I've not really had a problem myself. And part of me is, the cynical part of me is wondering, it almost got to 100%. The cynical part of me is wondering if people are just saying that to have something new to say about the subject, which, you know, might be a very small percentage true. It's like, I bet you didn't know this because everyone knows now, right? Like, you can't make any waves on that. So, I mean, you know. Well, what could I do to get rid of these fibers? It just comes full circle. There we go. All right. I mean, it knows what game it is, but it's not showing me a preview of the screen. That's very interesting. All right, before we get started, I wanted to show you, as I reach around here, what I got from Game Generations in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I'll present it to you in the order that I presented it on the screen before. Now it's this crinkly bag sound, but I got this keyboard for the Xbox 360 controller. Not that I really need it for anything or could really use it anymore, but it's just neat. It just plugs right in to the bottom there. And I'm sure I'll use it in the video at some point. I'll have cause for it. Have you ever seen the GameCube controller keyboard combo? Oh, it is a beauty, I tell you what. I got that. I got Donkey Kong on Intellivision, which I actually already own, but I'm having a problem running it. And this cartridge is the only one that doesn't work properly on my new Intellivision. My new Intellivision has like new caps. It's been refurbished. And when someone says caps, they mean capacitors. It's because it's a piece of electronics, you know? Yeah, the other games work fine. That one doesn't. That label's nicer, so I'm going to keep it. We got Tag Team Wrestling for NES, and if you've watched our Strong Bad, NES Origins of Strong Bad video, you'll know what this is. This is the first game with the Strong Bads in it. And I have a Famicom copy of this that Vinnk sent me for the purposes of that video. But I saw this NES copy and I couldn't resist because this is what the Brothers Chaps would have played, not the Famicom version. I got this PS2 multi-tap for almost $20, not because, again, that I need the multi-tap. I think I have enough controllers on the PS2. I don't think I have any games that use it, though. This is more for a sight gag for a video that I've been wanting to do for years, since before the pandemic. And then was going to do during the pandemic, and then didn't. So, here we are. Yeah, all this cool stuff we'll come around to again at some other point. I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom if you listened to us a couple of weeks ago and other video game type things. But right now, we need to go to the retro station. Let's get going.
Shame.
I'm really happy that XSplit seems to be functioning now. I don't know what its deal was earlier. Oh, we're also playing this with a Super Famicom controller on the Retron 5 because this is Famicom Dojo. This is how we roll. That would explain why I didn't get... Still dirty, I guess. All right. Gotta love it. This is a 91% rubbing alcohol solution. Can't see the label because it's washed out. Can't see it still because it's still washed out. There we go. You don't want anything less. If you can get more, great. Most of what you'll find at like Walgreens and whatnot, 71%. That is too little, because what's the other percentage of the solution, you ask? It's usually water. And in medical applications, it's probably fine. When we're talking about video games, not so fine. It's also a solvent, which you preferably shouldn't use in your contacts. But what are your other alternatives? An abrasive of some kind. Like people have recommended really fine sandpaper. And I guess the idea is that it will contact the corrosion first, but it's still going to scrape off some of those metal atoms. So there's really nothing that you can do that won't increase entropy, basically. So just got to go with it, guys. Just got to make it happen. So since I'm doing this, and we're not playing the game yet. I usually, as a habit, and now as a tradition, talk about Star Trek during the Star Wars streams. We did the Famicom Star Wars I mentioned earlier. We did KOTOR a little while ago. Is the case still here? I don't see it. Metroid Prime Remastered is over there. But I thought I was going to talk about an element of the second episode of Strange New Worlds, not the episode itself. Just something I want to ruminate about certain decisions and character stuff. But then the day after, today being the day after airing that episode, Paramount released the news that they are going to cancel and subsequently remove from Paramount Plus Star Trek Prodigy. And this makes me very grumpy for many reasons, which we'll get into after I go to the retro station.
Shame!
Pencil erasers, Jody says. Pencil erasers work well. But he'll prefer Q-tips and alcohol. Jody, playing guitar, awesome! Oh, bar chords can be your friend. I used to hate bar chords too. I don't have much of a choice now. Eventually, I feel like one can get them. I think it's true. Okay, so this is a lot of fun. All right. Is this an improvement? I can't tell. It's not flickering anymore. Oh boy. The Retron is not happy. I have literally never had a game do this to me before. Like, I've had it be like dirty and weird. It is acting super weird. Get it? Because it's Super Star Wars. Yeah, buddy. Okay. I mean, like I said, it was very dirty, and maybe I'm just not getting all the dirt off. I also haven't used the Super Nintendo slot a whole bunch. Although that's a lie. I spent half of a year flipping. Here, it's gonna load up. I spent half a year playing Chrono Trigger on Super Famicom. So that is a pleasant sound, isn't it? Thank you for all of you who are sticking around watching the stream still, even though not much is happening. I can keep talking about Star Trek here, but I feel like it's going to distract me from the work I'm trying to do of getting this game loaded. Boy. Boy, oh boy. All right. The fact that this is making the Retron freak out is kind of freaking me out a little bit. I won't lie. Like it does not want to seem to function at all right now, which is a little scary. All right, let's talk about Star Trek Prodigy. The reason I'm upset about Star Trek Prodigy being canceled is that out of like the 5 Star Trek shows, it feels like it's the only one that I'd feel comfortable with my kids watching sight unseen. Star Trek used to be accessible to everybody. And then now, like a lot of legacy things that are made for adults, it's gone hardcore. So they'll drop F and S bombs all over the place. To let you know how hardcore it's become. Like, this ain't your daddy's Star Trek. Me being the daddy now. Which I was already watching Star Trek that wasn't my daddy's Star Trek. But they were still constrained by broadcast standards and practices. But anyway, Prodigy is an animated show, 3D animated show that's on Nickelodeon. And it's also the only one that's fully embraced Voyager. Like, it's a legacy sequel to Voyager. We've had some Voyager stuff in Picard, mind you, mainly around 7, but we got a little bit more with the last season. But yeah, it continues portions of the Voyager story in the same way that Picard does for Next Generation, and that cast deserves it, if you ask me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that loading bar at the top here. You guys see that?
Shame.
Right next to the SD card bit. Oh, is it not? Shall we refresh it? Can I refresh it? Refresh. There it goes. Yeah, next to the title and in between, I'm kind of pointing toward it as much as I can on my camera here. Right over there, if you follow where my finger was going. Yeah. I don't know what that bar means. I don't remember seeing it hardly ever. Oh boy. Well, at least the Retron recovered that time. I didn't damage the Retron, did I? It's terrifying. Well, we'll use the Super Nintendo next if this doesn't work out. So let's keep talking about Prodigy while I troubleshoot here. So they had 20 episodes so far in their first season, which is split up into 2 halves. Only half of it is physical media right now. The fact they're taking it off of Prodigy is one. Like, canceling it is certainly one thing. Like, Discovery is ending. To call it canceled is a bit of a stretch because it had 5 seasons. It's going to air its 5th and final season. Maybe at this point. Just watch for that. Wait for that shoe to drop. But the fact that they can remove these shows from streaming with no recourse of watching them, like, it's supposed to still air, right? But they may never stream it at all. And if that's the case, I'm not going to be able to watch it. So it might as well not exist for me and for my kids. The only other show that I've been able to feel like I could show them was Strange New Worlds. And I showed them the first episode. It's a little intense, and the language isn't bad. Like, my oldest is 11, so that's fine. But it's like the younger ones I'm a little more worried about. Like, I did let them watch Star Trek Into Darkness because I forgot that it was PG-13. And I remember the head squishing. I didn't remember some of the other things. So, yeah. So my youngest was not, they didn't show anything, but they implied it, and it was unpleasant, you know? So, yeah, man. All right. I'm going to get the Super NES. I will be right back.
Shame.
All right, let's see if see what we got here. All right, it's working. Yeah, I just don't think the Retron likes it, or there's something wrong with the Retron itself. That's good to know. Right into that theme. I love it. I mean, it's LucasArts. Like, what do you expect, right? I'm playing this. When I said I was going to get the Super NES, I meant to say that I was going to grab a Super NES because I have like 3 of them. Oh, you can't hear me. You couldn't hear me very well, could you? I wonder why that was. So like I was saying, I think that the Retron is either having a problem with this game or it's busted. And also when I said that I was grabbing a Super Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, I meant to say a Super Nintendo because I have 3 of them. This is my childhood one, which has gotten yellowed, as you can see, but it works. It ain't pretty, but it works. The pretty one doesn't work. There's an even uglier, yellower one that I've removed the tabs on. So that's really fun. Anyway, to the retro station.
Shame.
Thanks for sticking with me so long, guys. I really appreciate it. My mic is working, Sean, they said. Okay. Have I seen Kids, The Next Generation, the original series? Yeah, those are good for kids for the most part, and I agree. I would show them. At least for the younger ones, there are some that might be a little scary, but you know, it's regular TV where like the main characters always make it out alive, kind of thing, right? So. I'm still using the Famicom controller because why not? But the cord is very short and I was about to pull the Super NES, which I guess I'll leave in my lap now. We'll just do it that way. So no saving progress for me, maybe. How does this work? Let's find out together, shall we? I push the start button in the game. All right, there it goes. There's a password system. Fantastic. I love this sound chip. This sound chip is great. Do you know how many like LucasArts games didn't have sound originally? Loom had CD sound, and that was great. Like when games finally had sound on PC, that was a big deal, you guys. The first game I ever played that used like the Sound Blaster. This is the exact scroll from the movie, so I'm not going to read it. The first game I ever played that had a full sound support that was a LucasArts game was the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade adventure game, which is a masterpiece. I have it on Steam. I think I really should play it sometime because it's great. I love it. 90s LucasArts was the best. I'm going to unplug the Retron for a bit, see if that helps it. I usually leave it unplugged, but I left a whole bunch of things on. Like the power strip I plugged into is usually off. It's been on for weeks. Whoops. All right, that sprite didn't scale too well, but it scaled smoothly. This one didn't have to scale. We're going to Hoth, son! Oh man, it's got that LucasArts flavor to it. I love this. All right, we got a title screen. All right, what do I do? Oh, I'm here. I'm on Hoth. I have my lightsaber right away. It's blue. Love its attention to detail. It's swinging. Got a little bit of that foreshortening going on. Oh, I love this already. Oh, hello. I killed that thing. Okay, can't go left, can't go. Let me monkey. Oh, I'm sliding. Oh, my lord. Can I destroy this or not? No. I can cut through rock with this thing, right? I should be able to. Let me monkey with my settings here a little bit, because I don't like how smooth. There we go. A little more pixelated now. Oh, you cold, Luke? Use the Force, buddy. All right. Yeah, this is feeling a lot like... It controls way better, though. This is very similar to the Famicom game. There we go. The little up action there. So most... Oh, that's very... Oh, I bet that can block us. So I'm pushing down in Y. Y, Sean, is Y the action button in this game and games like this? Well, I'll tell you. Because... I can't pause. Oh, cool! All right, hold on a second. I'm learning a lot and trying not to die. So, as I try not to die, I will try and show you on the face buttons there. B and Y here are electronically compatible with an NES controller. Like if you go into the guts of this thing and like wire it up to an NES, that's what you would get. This is originally from a compatibility thing where they wanted backwards compatibility and using these controllers on like an NES, SNES combo unit that could play NES games. So when they were designing new things like Super Mario World, they made those the main action buttons, and then A, you got that cool spin move, and then X, well, you're lucky if it got used, right? I think they changed some things around later on. Excuse me, but that's why the Y button is so prevalent in those early Super Nintendo games. Okay, my bar is full. There we go. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of action here. So while things are all like, I'm sliding too, so there's definitely an ice planet. I can use the L and R buttons on the shoulder buttons here to pan my camera around, which is really neat. Detonator. Is it a thermal detonator? One can hope. Hey, speaking of thermal detonators, they had a antimatter switch on Strange New Worlds, huh? It's clearly a Star Wars reference. All right. I don't see. Impressive. That was a very oh my tauntaun! That was a very highly compressed clip. Yeah, Jody, you're right. The fact that they map those buttons to A and B on Nintendo Switch if you're using like a regular controller, super annoying. I hope that they still use the right control scheme if you have like a Super Nintendo hooked up to it. I would hope so. I actually don't know that. That's very frustrating. And you can't change the mappings and stuff either, which is even more frustrating. Does Vader turn into a scorpion in this one? No, he does not. Dilios of Sparta says, use Schwartz. Yes, Satoshi, this is my first time playing this game. This is my first time even booting this up since I bought the cartridge, which is why I didn't know it didn't work. And I was like, maybe I should have tested that before I promised to do this stream. That'll show me. Cool, so then we get the title screen again. Ah, I love this. My tauntaun's not going to make it at this rate. Why is my lightsaber working less well all of a sudden? This is very frustrating. I've got some kind of shield going on. That's neat. Okay. Oh, I switched to a blaster. How did I do that? There we go. Okay, I pushed the A button to switch weapons. I am losing life like crazy. Oh no. Oh, hello. Do I want to go down here? Nope, that's death. That way lies death, young man. It is not LucasArts? Well, it says LucasArts. It says LucasArts on the cartridge, which I can't pull out to show you. But if it's not LucasArts, you're gonna have to explain to me why it says LucasArts in the cartridge. Why are there lightsabers? Health sword. Okay. Health sword. Impressive. Explosions. I'm gonna keep going. Ow, my Tauntaun's dead. Well, that's what I expected, basically. I wonder how am I going to, there it goes. Woo! I force jumped out of there! Yes! Oh, hello. I was able to drop down, holding the B button. I could drop down. I particularly enjoy, and I can't stay down there, I hop back up automatically. I particularly enjoy, oh my god. How long have I been able to force jump? I didn't even get to train with Yoda yet. This reminds me of like people complaining about Rey, like not getting properly trained and stuff. Like, do you know that like basically Luke had like the ride to Alderaan with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that was his whole training? That was it. They didn't do anything else. Then they make it to the Death Star, right? They get captured. They escape. Like, I guess they could have spent some more time doing things, but I don't think so somehow. So like that was it. Like for the purposes of the film, like everything happened bing bang boom. But yeah, you just gotta take things with those grains of salt. Oh, very far down I go and I'm dead. THQ JVC published it, but LucasArts developed it. They merely licensed it. Sculpted software made it, says. So I'm trying to figure out where LucasArts comes in here because they had to approve everything. Like, they didn't develop it, but they didn't publish it either. JVC did, so... Did JVC do the port? No, because this isn't a port. Like, this was a Super Nintendo game, exclusively. So, something doesn't add up here. Not that I don't believe you. It's just I'm like, where does that fit into the whole rigmarole? Oh, and then he died in the exact same spot as before. Fantastic. Okay, force jump out of there. Well, this is up to LucasArts exacting standards, is all I can say. It's up to my standards, anyhow. Alright. Let us continue. Ooh, I could destroy those ice crystals. Oh, boy. Let's talk more about Star Trek, y'all. Like I was saying, I watched... Oh, I died. Fantastic. I watched... Oh, it's made in Salt Lake City. Cool. Try again.
You order not. There is no trying.
It's a much better voice clip. Alright. So... Second episode of Strange New Worlds has aired. I won't say a whole lot about the episode specifically, other than it's a courtroom episode, much in the vein of the Menagerie or Court Martial from the original series, Measure for Man from Next Generation. What was the other one? The one that Frakes wrote? Drumhead. Yeah. So it's very much like that. And if you enjoyed those kinds of episodes, this one does not disappoint and pulls very few punches. So that's my review and my endorsement. Oh, I can get off the Tauntaun. Fantastic. Okay. Get him. Criminy. Why is being on the Tauntaun less efficient? Like this should be like flipping. Like, you ever play Castle Crashers? I know they came out way after this, but oh, and dead. Well, it was nice knowing you, buddy. You were a good boy. All right. Ooh. I'm not gonna go down there again. Learn my lesson. So I can tell like a lot of this terrain has been reused, these sprites and these structures and stuff. So that's not terrible in and of itself, but it's noticeable. Just saying it's noticeable. Woo! Oh, snap. How do I get off this thing? Jane! Get me off this crazy thing. Also, attacking everything I see isn't of much use, so I'm going to probably stop doing that. So, courtroom drama, good stuff. Oh no, that's a long way to fall to never get out. Down and Y. Oh, I can always do down and Y. There we go, okay. I already have half my health, so maybe I'll keep the Tauntaun. What can I do with that detonator? Nothing? Something? I don't know, you tell me. I'm getting my health back, so that's something. Slowly but surely, and don't call me Shirley. What I want to say about Strange New Worlds, because I had some things to say last stream about it, and some of those fears are assuaged, shall we say, but some of them are very much not. And most specifically, I want to talk about the treatment of one character. So, have you guys heard of a dude named Bob? The very first episode of Strange New Worlds, there's a guy named Bob, an admiral, that tells Pike, it's time to get back in the chair, buddy. Literally lands in front of him as Pike is riding his horse in Wyoming, the snow-covered hills of Wyoming, much like the snow-covered hills of Hoth. You see how it all connects? It's always good to keep these things in line. So he's just called Bob at this point. Later in the episode or later in the show, I can't remember really which, they call him Admiral or just April, Admiral April. Well, if you can put those pieces of information together, you got Bob April, aka Robert April, and Robert April is the canonical first captain of the USS Enterprise. Now, if you've seen the aforementioned Star Trek films, you may know Captain Pike better from that than Strange New Worlds. But the whole reason that Pike is the first captain of the Enterprise is that's how they filmed the original pilot. and they decided to make that a canonical historical fact with the menagerie when they released it, rather than just be like, that never happened, don't worry about it. Because Roddenberry really wanted to use it. Never mind that there were some like inconsistencies in Spock's characterization and some of the dialogue and language used. But you know, we get Strange New Worlds out of this now, like almost 6 years later. So, good stuff. Good things that came out of this. But Robert April, now to me, my first experience of hearing Robert April as the captain of the Enterprise, I think, came from my father explaining it to me. And then there's a book, was it a Diane Duane book? Diane Carey book? One of the Dianes, I think, who wrote Star Wars novels, wrote one called Best Destiny. And it splits time between Kirk, movie Kirk, and his younger self, where his father, George Kirk Sr., was first officer on the Enterprise under Captain Robert April. That was the first I had like seen him in any kind of like media as the captain of the Enterprise. But apparently, this was part of the animated series, and it's only one episode. But it was established there that he was the very first captain of the Enterprise. So we have Robert April in Strange New Worlds, but they don't call it out in the show itself. You have to know this stuff. Like they make hints to it. They mention how like April chose Pike for the command of the Enterprise. Pike was clearly on April's crew at one point, so he was probably April's first officer at some point, and then he became captain. I really feel like Pike is feeling like it's his job to mold Spock into the next captain of the Enterprise. But we know from the original series that he has very little interest in command, and it's something that he does out of duty and doesn't want to really handle it. Oh boy. Oh no. How do I blaster them? There we go. Criminy. That was tough. Anyway. Ow! I'm going to die. Okay. Oh, and it's slippery and oh no. Oh, leap of faith. Oh! 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 Guys, it was hard enough to even get that far, and then I was like being pursued. Oh no! I haven't seen all of the animated series, okay? I've seen a lot of it, but no, I didn't watch all of it. It was on like USA. It was on some weird channel when I was a kid in the 80s. So no, I didn't really have a way of watching it, and now it's on Paramount Plus right now. But I watched a bunch of it, but didn't finish it. So suffice to say, with all of this, that Robert April ends up being a noticeable fixture of Strange New Worlds, but they never explicitly call out his relationship with Pike and the Enterprise. So it's not until this episode I'm talking about where they say, you are Admiral Robert April, former captain of the Enterprise. So they've confirmed it, and that's great. Now what rankled me was in the season opener, he's the admiral like you know, that Pike reports to, right? I'm not sure what his actual status within Starfleet is, but he's definitely got control over the Enterprise's missions and stuff. He's like the Admiral Nietzsche of from Next Generation of Strange New Worlds. Here we go. Come on. Let's keep rolling, I guess. Use this tauntaun until he dead. Get me as far as I can go and then get me no more. Okay. So, let's jump over those. Okay. Handling this better, I think. I think I'm getting the hang of it finally. Alright. Hold on, let me concentrate here. I'll get on my high horse in a second here. 4 times, yeah. Okay. Oh God! It slipped right off that thing. Oh, I hate this. Now, if I could use the Retron, I would pause it there, and then take those jumps over and over again. All right. Hold on a second. We got some knowledge that Satoshi's dropping. Captain April was named the captain of the first series outline of Star Trek in 1963 when the ship was named the Yorktown. Okay. It's fine if you say Bad Robot Star Trek isn't your Star Trek. That's fine. I am just saying though that those films at least established Pike as like a mentor figure, as like a direct part of Star Trek history, not like a footnote in one episode. Granted, they fridge him later, spoilers, but still. So where I'm going with all this is that in the season opener, as in his responsibilities as captain or as the admiral over the Enterprise's missions, he explicitly tells them not to go do something, and they just basically ignore him and do it anyway. And then he's like, "Oh, you guys better not do that again." It's real, like it's like cookie cutter admiral writing there. Like that. If it was someone like Nechayev, if it was someone like some admiral that we aren't supposed to like and don't care about, that'd be one thing. But this is Robert freaking April, first captain of the Enterprise. Like, he knows his duty. He knows when he needs to bend the rules. He knows, you know, as an admiral, he probably feels like he can't. And I wish that they would have like even had some dialogue, sympathizing with the plight of the crew in that moment, and just doesn't. Or I wish even more extreme that he would have surreptitiously accepted and encouraged their mission, and that didn't happen either. Like none of that did. Like, you know, and then as he like reprimands them later, like, you know, nodding and wink, good job, boys and girls, because were he to have been captain in those moments, these are the things that he would have done. Even though in his current capacity, he's got to make it clear to them that that's not okay. Yes, very stern. Okay. Okay, I made it. So in this latest episode, it acknowledges that yes, he was captain of the Enterprise, and they bring up his record. We never get to see any of his adventures in this show because enter cave. Yeah, I'm going to enter the cave. Oh baby, you know it. All right, let's focus on this for a second here. Did I leave the level finally? Fantastic. If I continue, it'll be from here, I hope. All right. I don't remember this from the movie. Oh, what are you? Oh, you froze me. Okay, that's cool. Oh, he punches me. Oh my goodness. That is not enough health to get me through what we just experienced here. Oh no. I gotta fight a lot of those things? I'm in the cave now. And boy, are my arms tired. I don't know. Okay, I can't jump too high, I don't think, or I'm going to die. Okay. Oh, okay. Whew. Frozen again. Good to know. Okay, whack, whack, whack. Wax on, wax off. Some of these sound effects feel like they're from the film, right? Am I crazy? Impressive. James Earl Jones is like 90 now, right? And dead. The way that it pauses and then plays that sound clip reminds me a lot of FMV games. There's probably not enough memory or something to have that queued up and how it plays. I don't know what the deal is. If it's like a dramatic pause or if it's like a technical limitation. That's kind of wild. Anyway, how did I just like fly? Like I just sort of wafted my way up there, swinging my lightsaber. I'm not sure how I did it. I'm also going to die pretty soon. Oh, I touched. Okay, those barbs are deathly.
You order not. There is no try.
TCCPSJ. Write that down. I'm running out of continues, y'all. Where am I for time? Okay, I got it. So, come on. I can't hit him. So we get to hear secondhand. Oh, it's a vent. It pushed me upwards. Okay. All right. So that's some like Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom action there. All right. All right. Super cool. Okay. Even the fact to synthesize music really adds to the FMV flair of it all. Ah, criminy. All right. Oh, what? What what happened? How? Ah! 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 What? How? What did I do? I wish I knew how I did that. I did it twice even. Oh, is there another one up here? Hold on. Wait, there's another one. Ow. And dead. There's another one there. I can go up there. Oh, no. Okay. Is there one here? No. All right. Well, anyway. So we hear secondhand some missions of Robert April under the Enterprise. As captain in command of the Enterprise, which is cool to hear. I was finally glad to hear it. But they do it in a way that makes him look bad in the course of the courtroom drama. Specifically, they have him saying that if he had known that Una was an Illyrian, he wouldn't have supported her joining Starfleet. That's the only thing that I'll say about that. And that's frustrating. That's frustrating that they chose to go that way with him, because I really want Robert April to be more like a Kirk as an admiral, I guess. Like maybe not quite like Kirk because he was a complete jerk to Commander Decker, especially after what he did to his father, you know. Did they mention that in the original, in the motion picture? Did they ever comment on Commodore Decker? Because he is supposed to be Commodore Decker's son, and Kirk died. Kirk wasn't responsible for Matt Decker dying. That was kind of his own doing, but it happened on a mission that Kirk was on, and they were friends, right? So like that adds a whole dimension to this thing. That's like, you know, Kirk knew David Decker's father. Is it David? No, David's his son. What does Ilea call him? Shoot. Well, Commander Decker. Will Decker. There we go. He's supposed to be Will Riker. Will Decker. Ow! Oh! I didn't know I could get hit through that. Was not commented on. Okay, so there is this like CBS 1983 CBS cut of the motion picture, where I swear that they mentioned this connection to his father. Why can't I? Okay, well. TCC PSJ. Oh, I have to push X for this. This is also why I wanted to use the Retron, so you want to see me do this kind of crap? Anyway. So there's that, and also I swear that Ilea calls Decker Mzadi at one point. I have to find that VHS copy that I had, and that was the only one that I watched of the motion picture at the time, to confirm or deny these possibly fraudulent memories. But anyway, the point being, I don't want Kirk to be, I don't want Robert April to be that kind of admiral, but I want him to be like the cool admiral. That makes sense? Ow. Oh, here we go again. All right, I somehow... Oh, okay. I don't know how I made that happen, but it happened. Okay, not happening here. And dead. And here we are again. Bummer, dude. Oh! Oh! I was pushing up and Y. That's how I did it. Okay. That should help. So long story short, I'm just not happy with Robert April's characterization so far. They've taken an entire season to even mention canonically that he was Captain of the Enterprise, and that he was a good Captain of the Enterprise because he knew when to bend the rules, just like any good captain does. But in this specific case, he says that he wouldn't have. He's kind of stuck here, though. He can't be on the stand and say, yes, I would have broken the rules for this one person. Or maybe he could have. Maybe he could have. But he was not the person I wanted him to be in that moment. And I really hope that they don't fridge him for Pike's further development. It does sure seem like, though, the way the first season ended, that, and if you've seen previews, this isn't a spoiler, but we're going to find that Kirk, we're going to have some connective tissue with James Kirk and Pike, I think. I know that in the original series, he only mentioned that he had met Pike originally at like a commencement speech. Oh shoot, what was it? He was Commodore of the fleet or something at that time. So maybe he has Robert April's current job. That doesn't bode well for his continued success. Hopefully he got. Oh, I'm not clear. I didn't know why I went up just there. I don't feel like I was pushing up and oh, I was. Okay, I can make it happen on command now. So it's not just Y and B. It's oh, it is just Y. Okay, it's just B. I'm just holding B. Okay, so I jumped once and then okay, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Oh, and that time he just did it again. Okay, well, moving on. So yeah, I guess for the story, we can't really have the former captain of the Enterprise upstaging our main hero. Ouch. HMGPWJ. Oh good, I got I got my full continue. Well, I don't want to go to the next stage, Satoshi. I want to see if I can figure out what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay, so I got to make sure I tap B and don't hold it, or I'm going to keep floating upward like that. Ugh! Happy Saturday in Australia, Colin. What did I do to the game? What's the game doing to me is the more appropriate question. So yeah, I'm worried about the future for Robert April. I like that he's there. I've enjoyed it so far. I want to see more of him. I want him to have more to do, but I guess given the way that he's like an ancillary character to all of this and that he is included so much, that's the kind of thing they can only do once, and the kind of thing that I'm afraid they're going to do when they take him off the show for good. So, okay, I didn't hold B there, and yet here it goes. Okay, well, whatever. Dang it. Right. Is this like a fun? Is this just like a fun bonus area? I don't really need to go here. I thought this was part of my progress. Yeah, because I can't float here for whatever reason. All right, and down we go. No, I don't want to go up there. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. Okay, okay, come on. Oh yeah, I can... This is fine if I go in here. This is fine. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go... Oh, hello. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get the idea of what this map is like. Oh, I forgot that I can, do this thing with the... Dang it! Go in straight right and fight the boss. Why is there so much to explore here then? If I'm not supposed to go up and down and whatever. Fine, I'll go straight right and fight the boss and probably lose because I can't make my way there without dying and getting frozen and whatever. Hidden areas are nice. This reminds me of Donkey Kong Country, to be perfectly honest. You know, in a good way. Oh boy. Right, your area. That's right, you heard me. Come on, come on. I need some more of those sweethearts, yo! Alright. Come on. Come on. Alright. There's one. Ow, 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 ow! Dang it. I didn't want to hear about brutal boss fights because I can't handle this and I don't have my Retron to save me. Alright. I guess that's enough about Robert April. I belabored the point. I look forward to seeing more of what he does in Strange New Worlds. I hope this isn't the end of him anytime soon. But I guess on one hand, it's nice that they doled it out, but it's just the characterization that kind of bothers me a bit. I want more. Even in like the first episode, right? Because Pike knows what happens with Discovery, and there's like very few people are supposed to know, so it makes sense keeping April out of the loop in that respect. But it's become kind of like a thing. Keeping him out of the loop, not letting him, you know, countermanding his decisions and just making him look weak and feckless, basically, and I don't want that for him. That's kind of the role of the Admiral in this situation. So they could have made some like other no-name so-and-so. And maybe we're gonna find that this Vulcan Admiral, is, he's after Pike, certainly, it seems like. I don't know if we're gonna see him again after this. But he might be at odds with April. I don't know if it's like a rank advancement thing or what, but he is feeling like a bad admiral to me, you know? Not enjoying this dude. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but they didn't introduce this guy in one episode to not follow up. This isn't one of those shows. Like, if we see a character, you know, especially because Robert April is a good example of this, you can probably bet we're gonna see him again in some other capacity. So. To be continued. Oh, we're almost done here, guys. Come on. Yes, there we go. I can't pause to. Oh God! And then like I had like a battery warning on top of it, so I couldn't swipe it away to make the noise stop. That's frustrating. All right. Nope. Oh, and dead. Come on now. The next stage is so cool. Well, we're near the end now, so if we play this game again, maybe we'll skip to the next stage. But I am not doing that now. There's nothing here, though. Why would I go up there ever? Okay. Ah, dang it. Why can't I go up that shaft? So frustrating. I'm not trying the password. I'm not. I'm gonna get to the boss. All right, I'm getting better at this, is what I'm doing. Just like, this is how we do retro games. We do it over and over until we get better at them or get knocked off a cliff. All right. So here's my guess now, that this game is licensed by LucasArts because this kind of things have to go through them. And they license Sculpted Software, whereas JVC published it because I don't think that LucasArts has any kind of publishing deal with Nintendo. So there. I think I figured it out just by thinking about it. We'll see if I'm correct or not by looking at Wikipedia. Oh, criminy. Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh. Okay, now I have to go up. Oh! Oh! Oh no. How do I? Oh, okay. Oh no. 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 Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Ah! Come on. All right. Too high. And dead. Sculpted Software made Wizards and Warriors? What? Is that what you mean? I don't know if that's what you meant.
There is no try.
All right, I'm gonna have to call it quits there because I gotta end on time tonight. We got things to say and do. So thanks for listening to my ramblings. Thanks for watching me. Now comes the part of the show where I get to talk to you about our wonderful Patreon, because last week we had one of our producer picks. We're gonna have one next week. It means I gotta let you pick one then, huh? Or maybe because things have been so crazy in the Course household lately, I'll push it off until next month, and we'll have 2 of them next month. That seems like a better plan. So we'll come back next week, the end of July, because that's also like the 4th of July weekend, so maybe that's not the best time to do it. So let's just plan for that, and then we'll have 2 in June. So I'll put the producer pick up though, so that we can choose it, and then we'll know ahead of time. But basically, if you join our Patreon at the producer level or above, excuse me, then you can help to choose one of the streams that we'll do every month. I mean, usually it's just like whatever I fancy, whatever like is a whim. I have a whole collection of games I got to get through. But I definitely want to like get back to Zelda, so maybe we'll do Zelda 2 again next week, for instance. Because those have been really popular, and it did great last time, and I got more. I love that game, and I want you to see it to completion. I want to play it again and complete it, but I also want to have someone have a positive experience with that game. So that's kind of my selfish reasoning. But I've learned from the Chrono Trigger thing that I got to pick shorter games, and I got to intersperse it with other stuff, so it doesn't get stale. But your producer's picks will help with that, so that I will definitely break up what I'm going to do every month. Failing that, if you don't want to if that's too rich for your blood, even extra credit levels are great, because we're doing new videos. Now's the time to jump on, as we're making some new stuff and refurbishing some old things. You'll see what I mean, especially if you join soon. And we'll put those up. So extra credit gives you extra videos on Patreon, where you can see us doing our scripted content and like put up drafts, ask you for opinions on like decisions we're trying to make, and get things like blooper reels and stuff as the new videos go up. We'll release some of those things. Some of those are timed exclusives, but in some cases, like, they'll only ever see them. So previous videos we've done for Future Retro and the like are up there. So this process worked out great, for example, with the Another World, aka Out of This World video, where we had a draft and it was done, but it was missing something. And like through dialogue with you, our patrons, we went back, reconfigured the video, and re-uploaded it almost twice as long with new stuff. And in the meantime, we were able to get an interview with Burger Becky, who ported that game to the Super Nintendo from the original Amiga version. So that's cool. That was super cool. Like, I can't get that full interview with her up because it was recorded on Skype, and I had to find a way to get the variable frame rate thing to work and not have the sound desync. I could also release it as an audio bonus for the podcast, or maybe I can do it on Patreon. So, like, I don't know how I'm going to handle that yet, but I think the Patreon supporters will get that first, if nothing else. So speaking of which, even if $2 a month is too extra for you, one is better than an ad, and that will get you the ability to watch any video that we release first, because we value you that much. That's how little YouTube pays on these things, basically, that we value you so much more than that. If everyone like watching today were to sign up at $1, we could do more amazing things, get more cool stuff, buy a replacement Retron 5 if I need it, whatever we got to do to make Famicom Dojo more gooder in the future. That is, I did say more gooder. I did it on purpose because irony, but I've been learning that irony, when repeated often enough without context, just becomes the new reality. Gotta watch that around my kids, because if I say things like that, they start copying me, and they think it's funny too, but then it might spread, and then irony is lost, as they say. Who says that? I don't know. I'm going to say they start saying it so that others will say it too. See, I'm already infecting your minds. Anyway. I should get through Final Fantasy VI. I should start Final Fantasy VI. How about this, you guys? That's one of the producer's picks, maybe. You can choose it if you want. I'll add it to the list. I'm going to play it regardless, so maybe don't waste it on that. No, don't do that. I'm going to give you guys different choices for that. I'll play it for... Hey, Earl! Hey! It's that guy! Hello! Yeah, I'm glad you can finally make it to a stream too. Did I finish Zelda 2? I finished it on my own. I didn't finish it on the stream yet. So after the first time I played it with Miles as a guest on the stream, Miles hosted the Casual Trek podcast in our sister network, our sister show on the network, Nerd and Tie podcast network. I went and I finished playing it because I picked it up separately on my Nintendo Switch and played the Nintendo Switch Online version, and then I beat it because I'd never beaten it before. I couldn't stop. I just had to go. And then it's like, well, I really want to compare and contrast the Famicom version, so I played through the Famicom version and beat that too. But I had such a good time doing it. I still really wanted to get back to playing this game with you guys. So we've done 3 of these now. We've gotten through 4 temples. So that leaves 3 more to go. There's 6 regular ones, and then there's the final palace. So Sculptus Software did most of the wrestling games for SNES and Genesis. They did Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. They did the Super Nintendo Doom. Oh, that's a good pull there. I wanted to do a video about the differences between the Genesis and SNES versions of Mortal Kombat for like a decade now. That's a good piece of information that I should add to that. Thank you, Satoshi. Yeah, Wizards and Warriors was rare. I thought so. So who mentioned? Daniel mentioned Wizards and Warriors in there, so maybe it was a context that I missed. But then Satoshi says that's correct. So I don't know what you're trying to say to me. Anyway, Super Return of the Jedi is really great, says Satoshi. Okay. Oh, this is the one I found. So since I had done the original Star Wars story, I felt like I needed to move on. So I have the password. We can play this game again. I'll see if I can get it working on the Retron, or if the Retron's busted, which would really suck. I would have lost my progress on I guess the SD card would be good. So if I got a new Retron, I could just plug it back in there, but maybe not. Okay. Yes, Daniel, thank you. So options are to go back to Zelda. We'll probably go back to this, and because we're so close to finishing, I can taste it. I like finishing games. That's part of the reason that I'm doing this. So anyway, once again, that's patreon.com/Famicom Dojo. Please check that out. We're doing some new videos. I got this for a reason. I have to put it down for a bit because of anniversary plans. There's the 40th anniversary of the Famicom coming up in July, as well as our 16th anniversary a day later. So we're doing something special for that. I was really hoping to make it like Bing Bang Boom and like go straight all the way through. So I might end up extending that celebration through most of the rest of the year, given how much work it's going to be. But I think it's going to be good. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it too. But it'll also give us the space to do the other videos in between that I really want to do, including one that Vinnk and I are a brand new one that Vinnk and I are working on. So, Sculptus Software did both the Genesis. They did both the SNES and Genesis versions of Mortal Kombat 3. So someone else did 1 and 2 for Genesis. These are things I have to look into. Yeah, 16 years. Can you believe it? I was a wee lad of 26 at the time. Yeah, I do the math. I'm much older than that now. Hey, the first day of summer came and went, and I didn't notice. I didn't hear anyone mention it. Maybe all this news about like submarines and whatnot sort of made us forget. I don't know. It's been a crazy week, y'all. Boy, that's going to be embarrassing for me because I don't know if I can switch it that fast. So I got to go until next time the dojo is summering it up, right? We'll see how I do with this. Just give me a second. I might get it right.
Famicom Dojo. Famicom Dojo.
Ha! Nailed it. All right, let's try it again. Until next time, the dojo is Springing into summer.
Famicom Dojo.